I F24 just found out that my fiancé M31 follows me to make sure I'm not cheating on him. I started dating my fiancé 3 years ago. I have noticed he has some trust issues, like if I'm not home straight away from work he'll continually text me asking me where I am, or if my location is turned off on my phone he gets a little upset. 2 days ago I went to a friend's house whilst my fiancé was working. But when I came home my fiancé was there and instantly blew up on me and started accusing me of cheating on him. I was so confused and asked him what he was talking about, and he admitted that he feels the need to follow me when I leave the house because I'm shady as fuck. I literally spend most of my days with my fiancé and have never given him a reason not to trust me. He started pacing the house saying crazy things like how he needs to put a tracker on me and how I will regret it if I ever cheat on him. I need tips on how to fix the trust issues in my relationship. I'm getting married to him in March. Run away fast. This is extremely abusive and often won't be fixed if he is this bad. You don't want to live your life like that. You will regret it if you ever. He's terrorizing and threatening you over stuff you haven't done, but he is psycho with rage just imagining you might. He is so unhinged and paranoid that he considers your ordinary comings and goings to be shady as F. This is so very frightening. Borderline police report stuff. Please reconsider marrying this man. Please. It will be a prison sentence. He started pacing the house saying crazy things like how he needs to put a tracker on me and how I will regret it if I ever cheat on him. There are a minimum of 20 Lifetime Network movies where this exact relationship is happening. He stalks her, controls her, then she just ends up dead. Don't marry this guy. Make a plan and GTFO. Make that your ex. Run. He's insane. Like seriously insane. Sorry to break this to you, but your fiancé is dysfunctional and I don't encourage you to follow through on this marriage in this current state. Your fiancé is 1. Following you and deeply distrustful, 2. Disparaging you, 3. Veiled threats. All of this is abusive and will likely get worse. You need to read the obvious red flags. I would admin 1. Postpone the wedding until this gets sorted. 2. Get some individual therapy, preferably both of you. 3. If he escalates his abusive behavior you need to separate. There need to be appropriate outcomes for his actions and you need to take this seriously. Run. Far and fast. If it isn't already emotionally or mentally abusive, there's indicators there that it will become that way. You were threatened. You're stalked. You aren't allowed freedom, and love without trust isn't love. Big yikes. Here is a tip for you. Leave. Leave like now. This things never get better but worst. Leave before is too late. Did I tell you to leave? I need tips on how to fix the trust issues. Oh darling, these aren't trust issues, these are psycho issues. You can't fix them. What he did is so far crossing the line that you can't see the line anymore. I just wish you could understand this, but I fear you won't and fall deeper in this unhealthy relationship. You don't need tips on how to fix trust issues, you need help getting a restraining order. No, you do not need tips on how to make it work with your abusive asshole boyfriend. What you need is to break up and get far away from his crazy ass. My friend's mom had been married to a man like this. That's how it started. The surveillance and following. She showed us where he knocked her teeth out and warned us never to get involved with men who are controlling. Don't want to plant this idea into your head, but he's either very insecure and something he needs to work on himself. Or he's doing everything he says you're doing and projecting. Do not marry this man. Do not delude yourself that you can fix him. Do not appease him by tolerating his stalking of you. He will not change, he will get worse. Marriage and pregnancy are common times for abuse to start ramping up. You are getting into a very dangerous situation. Do not let him trap you in it. It may help you to read this. Why does he do that? Whatever you decide to do right now, if you stay, have an escape fund and an escape plan, and do not let him isolate you from people you may need to help you leave safely. Be absolutely meticulous about birth control and do not kid yourself that babies might help. This is a red flag. Location flag. Location flag. Location flag. Location flag. Location flag. He doesn't have trust issues. He has control issues. He is trying to control you and every decision you make. If he hasn't already, then he will in the future. Get out while you still can, girl. Stalker behavior, time to walk away and not try to fix it. He probably will not change even if you confront him, and he says he will. In his mind, he has thought through this and has absolutely justified it. He is even trying to control you with an electronic leash by making sure your location is turned on. A lot of people in your position will look at the good that he might do and try to justify what he's doing. Even if he seems to be the best person in the world otherwise, this is still dangerous behavior on his part. Drop him, move away from him, and change your passwords so he can no longer track you. Do not marry this man. Your life will be hell. Yeah, he's going to escalate, get out now. These aren't trust issues, this is controlling, abusive behavior. I'm sorry op, this isn't solvable unless he believes he has a problem, wants to change, and works very hard at it with professional help. Unfortunately, abusers will often refuse to do this. In the meantime, it isn't safe for you to be in this relationship. The one thing that abusive people are awesome at, is getting their victim to believe that they are at fault and need to work harder to fix the relationship. Get out now. You are in danger. You have to leave. Do not tell him. Have someone with you. Don't tell him where you are going to live. Some things can't be fixed. If he's that obsessive and untrusting now, I can promise you it'll only get worse. True colors come out after the wedding. Please reconsider marrying this man. Leave him. It will not get better. Don't fall for excuses for his abusive behavior. It is worth the rest of your life to deal with the problems canceling a wedding and moving on. And if he's physically followed you, he's probably checking up or following you online to some degree. Then get therapy to deal with all of this. Do you really think getting married is going to make his paranoia disappear? And how I will regret it if I ever cheat on him. That sounds like an threat. You sure you want to marry this guy? Can you give us a good reason why an adult who loves their partner would stalk them and distrust them without cause? What will life look like in 5 years? No friends, you could cheat. No job, you could cheat. What will parenthood look like? No playdates, you could cheat. No school volunteering, you could cheat. I had an ex like this. If I didn't tell him where I was 247, he thought I was cheating on him. I was with him for 3 months before I left and it was hell. Don't stay just cause it was a long relationship, leave him. It will only get worse. He'll never trust you and you will always deal with trying to convince him even though that's not your job. Find a man who trusts you. Do not marry this monster. Whatever you do, don't marry him. He will only become more controlling. Sounds about right for a man who goes for women that much younger than him. The age gap wouldn't be a problem if y'all were a bit older, but he was pushing 30 and he went for a college-age chick. Women in his age bracket see his bullshit a mile away and know not to fuck with him. Anyways, have fun marrying this guy. This is going to get much, much worse. If you don't have mutual trust, you don't have a relationship. Don't get married. The best tip I can give you is to not get married. He's already following you, wants to put a tracker on you and is threatening you. Leave. Whoa, pump the brakes. This is some deep-seated psychological trauma fuel. This is going to require serious therapy and potentially medication. He has to realize that this is toxic behavior and want to change. Otherwise you are going to have an extremely unhealthy relationship that will only end in heartache or a murder-suicide. Op. Please leave this man. Even slightly insecure men will not follow and call you sketchy for everyday things. Please leave. Girl, if you don't wanna end up on a missing poster or the news, and you value your life, fucking run. Do not marry this guy. This guy is a complete psycho. You fix them by breaking up with your stalker. Do not marry this man. He is nuts. This can't be fixed. Leave him, this behavior only gets worse. Run. Run away fast. There isn't anything okay or reasonable about any of that. Everyone is saying leave, and yes, you need to leave. This is not a trust issue nor can it be fixed, this man is trying to control you. To add, some of the things he's said indicate that he could be violent or abusive. Please find support before you leave, family or friends. Tell them and create an exit plan, don't tell the ex-fiancé. Find a safe day that you can move out and go live with someone else. Make sure you have someone there to help you pack up and support you if he does become abusive or violent. Better to be prepared. I thought you meant following like on social media. He's fucking stalking you and you're gonna get yourself killed if you stay with him. Get it together sis, I know you're not stupid, and I know you know that's not normal behavior from someone. My ex stalked me and I literally took his ass to court and got a restraining order. I left my ex for this reason. Constantly controlling and wanting to know where I was, who I was with, who I was talking to etc. Checking my phone when I was sleeping etc. Leave now fast. Instinctually predators stalk their prey. Do not get married to this person. He doesn't value you as a loving partner, but an object he needs to control. You run away as quickly as possible. There's no fixing that. Yeah, that's not cool. I am pretty sure that counts as stalking and you should get a restraining order. Leave and don't tell him where you are going. Turn off your phone and get a new one. Run now. This will only escalate. Girl, you don't need tips for building trust. You need to leave immediately and make sure he hasn't already put a tracker on your car or phone. This ain't fixable. That's abusive. Like legit abuse. Delusion.